So franchising really is a business model that one utilizes to distribute goods or services. It's as simple as that. It's based on two parties in a relationship, a franchisor and a franchisee. The franchisor effectively providing the franchisee with two things. First of all, a proven business model. So a business model that has history behind it, that has success behind it, that becomes adapted to changing circumstances as time allows. And the thing about business as well is it's not just the front end that everybody sees. So in a cash converter store, it's the shop fitting and the stock and all that type of stuff. But there are many other aspects associated with running a business. As an example, compliance. So what are the laws of that particular country that you need to comply to? You've got to understand human resources. You've got to be able to run payrolls at the end of every month. You've got to know how to fill in VAT forms. The concept behind franchising with this proven business model ties all of that together and gives you a route map of allowing you to understand where you are today, how to get to where you're going in the future, and effectively reducing the risk of all these potential problems that you're only going to find out after you've made the mistake and cost yourself money. And the second side is the brand. You purchase or you rent or you franchise from a franchisor that proven business model and the right to use the brand. And the brand is critically important because in today's consumer world, people relate to brands and they understand that if a brand opens up in their suburb and they know about it from somewhere else, they can accept that the same level of service, the same products, the same pricing structure and the like would be what they would accept in their particular community. So there is that brand awareness that attracts the consumer base to your store. So the franchising industry brings with it longevity, it brings with it significantly higher profits than maybe a non-branded operation, and it also brings with it a reduced level of failure. Generally speaking, you would see that the new business, small startups, statistics around the world quote something like 8 out of 10 new businesses don't make it to year 5. So that's a significant failure rate. And particularly if you're starting your own business, you're going to be working extremely hard. You're going to be applying all your energy, all your drive, all your determination. And if 8 out of 10 people are failing on that, it's not a great result. With the franchising industry, given the combination of the recognized and known brand and the proven business model, it reduces the risk significantly. And I've heard stats quoted of around about 1 in 10 are failures. So when you're looking to get involved in a franchise, I would first suggest decide what industry you want to go into, and that is dependent to a large degree what interests you. So what is your passion? The next thing I would suggest is go and find the top 2, maybe 3 brands in that industry, and then match the culture of those brands with your particular culture. And if you're buying a franchise and it takes you shorter than 3 months to do so, you're not doing your due diligence. This is a fundamental family decision and it's going to take lots of time. Go and ask those franchisees in that target brand whether they would buy the business again. What we do within the cash converter business when we're selling franchises is effectively ask our prospective franchisees to go spend some time in a store. And that gives them the opportunity to feel what it's like to run that business. Franchises come in different investment bands, all the way from a couple of 100,000 to tens of millions. And again, it depends on the individual as to where they are starting in their franchise journey. In the generic business model of franchising, it's usually accepted that you come up with half of the investment cost in cash. And then you've got to go and borrow the other half, generally speaking, from a commercial bank. And any one of the top 5 banks in the country have what's referred to as a franchise desk. And your franchisor would be credited with those franchise desks. And effectively, you would be able to then put an application in to borrow the balance of the money. So this is always an issue, particularly in small business, is raising enough cash to make the franchisee's dream come true. And if, let's say for argument's sake, you aspire to a business that may well cost more than you can afford at this point in time, part of the way of resolving that issue is starting out with a business that you can afford, making that as profitable as possible, retaining as much of the profit out of that business as possible in the short term, selling it on at the capital profit, and now you've got a bigger capital base to go to the next level of potentially a bigger business. At a high level, all of them should give you a return on investment of roughly 3 to 4 years. So whether you're investing R500,000, you should, through the business model, return that money in 3 or 4 years and then be able to compound thereafter. Another aspect that you might want to consider when you're looking at getting involved in the franchise industry is to determine whether the franchisor that you're looking at is a member of the Franchise Association of South Africa. And the reason for that is that overall overriding body looks effectively after ethical franchising. A franchisor that is a member of that body, you could pretty well assure yourself is a credible franchisor. So if you're interested and keen in getting involved in the Cash Converter International franchise, please feel free to contact us. You can get hold of us on our website, cashconverters.co.za.